In this video we're going to be checking out the top 5 best Jeep Wrangler bike racks in this year. I made this list based on products' features, online popularity, consumers' reviews, brand reputation, prices and more. I've included options for every type of consumer. If you want more information and updated pricing on the products mentioned, be sure to check the links in the description down below. Okay, so let's get started with the video. Number 1. Allen Sports Premier Locking. Allen Sports has been fabricating bike racks since 1967. They are one of the most trustworthy bike rack producers in the country. This arm-style Jeep Hitch bike rack is reasonable and gives a low stacking stature. It is an ideal Jeep Wrangler Hitch bike rack. This rack is anything but difficult to collect, requiring just 3 jolts. It is generally lightweight, so one individual can deal with it effortlessly. You can introduce it on your Jeep without devices, and a locking handle guarantees the rack won't wobble. The edge of the Allen Sports Premier permits space for a back-mounted extra wheel. The arm is intended to overlay away when not being used and fit properly when required. Secure supports and lashes are utilized to make sure about your bikes, and a cushioned double compound spine shield offers further insurance. The supports can turn through 3600 to oblige non-standard edges and latest bikes. This implies you won't have to buy an additional help bar, bike outline connector. Another element is the fast tilt-away pole. You can lay the principal pole totally level to get to the extra tire and access within your Jeep yet just when the rack is emptied. On the negative side, this rack doesn't permit a lot of room between bikes, which means you'll need to control the pedals and handlebars to hang every one of your bikes, and stacking can take longer than other bike racks. The Allen Sports Premier W Spare 4 Bike Hitch Rack is a modest bike rack that is all around settled on and an incredible decision for individuals on a careful spending plan. Number 2. Fiery Red 2 Bike Spare Tire Rack. The Fiery Red 2 Bike Spare Tire Rack is built from hardcore iron and intended to fit over extra tires, everything being equal. Regardless of its strong development, this Jeep Save tire bike rack weighs under 14 pounds. Making it simple to introduce by joining it to your extra wheels mounting plate. The manner in which it is planned, the width of the tire is unimportant. The rack can be collapsed away when not being used. It is intended to limit wobbling when your Jeep is moving, even on going mud romping experiences. An underlying enemy of robbery: lock stops bike cheats, making it an ideal Jeep Wrangler bike rack. The Fiery Red 2 Bike Tire Rack is intended to hold bikes, everything being equal, and sizes. On the off chance that you just have a few bikes to ship, this lightweight and moderate extra tire mounted bike rack is ideal. It is substantially more moderate than the correspondingly planned Thule Jeep bike rack. Number 3. Allen Sports Deluxe 2 Bike Hitch Rack. The Allen Sports Deluxe 2 Bike Hitch Rack is another quality Jeep hitch rack from Allen Sports. Dissimilar to the Allen Sports Deluxe 4 Bike Hitch Rack, this model doesn't fit around an extra tire, so you can just connect it to Jeeps that don't have a back-mounted extra wheel. The pole can be inclined back to empower you to open the bring forth and access within your Jeep. At the point when not being used, you can crease away the conveying arm. The supports on the arms turn, empowering you to convey bikes of a wide range of sizes and plans. This bike hitch fits both 1 1/4 and 2 inches collectors, so you won't have to trade out your beneficiary hitch to introduce this bike rack. Its lightweight plan makes it simple for anyone to introduce without the requirement for uncommon instruments, and the no-wobble jolt chops down vibrations. Allen Sports give astounding client assistance, so on the off chance that you do get any issues, they're close by to get you out. On the off chance that you just have 2 bikes to convey, the Allen Sports Deluxe 2 Bike Hitch Rack is the ideal Jeep Wrangler bike transporter. Number 4. Swagman XC2 Hitch Mount Bike Rack. In the event that you are looking for a Jeep Renegade bike rack, look no farther than the Swagman XC2 Hitch Mount Bike Rack. It includes a creative plan that makes sure about your bike by the to its haggles outline. This implies your bike is secured to this Jeep bike rack in 3 separate spots for added strength. This Jeep bike transporter includes a low stacking tallness, flexible wire circles for the wheel plate, and upstanding wrench arms that make it simple to stack bikes of any size and shape. In the event that you have to get to your Jeep, the middle arm folds down far removed. At the point when you're not conveying bikes, the rack can be collapsed into a reduced shape. The Swagman XC2 Hitch mount bike rack is somewhat heavier than different racks checked on and expects devices to collect a Phillips head screwdriver, utility blade, and 3/4 wrench. However, the technique isn't testing. You should put additional time into this bike rack, however you will pick up as far as its steadiness and strong plan. The tire plate are not wide enough to deal with fat bikes, but rather you can buy fat bike tire plate from the maker and trade them for the first wire plate. By and large, it is a fabulous bike rack for your Jeep Wrangler. Number 5. Allen Sports Deluxe 2 Bike Spare Tire. In case you're searching for a Jeep Wrangler Save Tire bike rack, the Allen Sports Deluxe 2 Bike Spare Tire Rack is the most reasonable bike rack in this audit. It is likewise by a long shot the lightest, making it simple to put on and remove your Jeep when required. The 15 inches arms give a lot of room to 2 bikes, and the exclusive strap supports secure your bikes well even at quicker speeds. The 70 pounds weight limit is plentiful for securely holding 2 bikes. Allen Sports include the Jeep Wrangler in their promoting material for this Allen Sports Jeep bike rack, since it is actually the sort of vehicle they had at the top of the priority list during the plan cycle. Nonetheless, this tire rack's sharp plan empowers it to fit a wide scope of remotely mounted extra tires. The Allen Sports Deluxe 2 Bike Spare Tire Rack guarantees that your bikes are lifted high over the street and the fumes. Nonetheless, this confines your view through the back window when your bikes are standing out. Else, it is an ideal Jeep JK bike rack. One of the critical highlights of this plan is the difficulty taken to stay away from harm to your Jeeps outside during use. For instance, the base foot is upheld by the tire and not the tire edge to abstain from scraping. A significant factor to remember while picking your bike rack is that this Allen Sports bike rack is considerably more reasonable than the comparative Thule bike rack for Jeep Wrangler. This is the best Jeep bike rack for you in case you're on a limited spending plan.